Today we're working on the salt spreaders. It's winter time here in New Jersey, and we got this motor, Briggs Stratton EX1150, on the back of the spreader here, and the starter is sticking. So I'm going to show you guys how to change the starter. Just want to show you the motor real fast. There it is, the EX1150, and the starter. Here's your oil dipstick here, just come down. You're gonna see the starter right there. So I'm not sure what application you have this in, but in this application on the spreader, we gotta get this battery out of the way here. And when you're working on the starter anyways, you should always disconnect your power. And get our battery out of the way there. Now you can see we got a clean shot to our starter here. We'll take this bottom wire off to the starter, and this should be an 11mm. Standard thread, lefty loosey, righty tighty. Just pull that cable off, and good rule of thumb, just take your nut and just kind of thread it back on here, because a lot of times your new starter does not come with that nut. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. You look on the front here, you're gonna have two bolts here. These are 3/8. You're gonna have, go back here by your oil dipstick and come down, you're gonna see another 3/8. And then on the other side, you're going to have one. It's going to be back there behind your fuel pump. Just a small note. So the ones you take out in the front, you can see. See this little shoulder right here on them? Well, the one in the back, let me get it out of here. The one in the back is much longer. So you want to keep note of that. Now we're going to need to take this air filter cover off, and you'll see the locks and unlocks on these. So you just kind of turn them to the unlock position, and you could pull that right off like that. And coming up here, where's it at? There's a bolt right there, a 1/4-inch socket. And careful you don't lose that little guy. All right, now we'll take our air filter off. Just kind of pull on it a little bit. It should come right off there. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. We should be able to lift this whole assembly up and off of here. I think I'm gonna need both hands for this. Your fuel lines and stuff are still attached, so you're gonna kind of just let this dangle here in the back. We don't need to be on this side anymore. You can see now that our starter is a little bit more exposed, and we can see our bolts on each side of the starter. That one there is a little bit trickier. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna tackle that one first. That's gonna be a 1/2 inch. So put our tool on there. And we're gonna have our little retaining clip back there as well. So let's keep that with the bolt. This other bolt you can see, I mean, it does have a Torx head on there, and the odds of getting anything straight on is not going to happen. You got this starter in the way here. What I typically use is curved wrenches here. You could go to Tractor Supply or Harbor Freight and probably pick up one of these just for a couple bucks. Just get one of them. But take the 1/2 inch side here, and you can go behind this metal exhaust shield here and kind of get right in there with it. It'll go right under the flywheel. See that? And it doesn't give me a whole lot of turning room, but I'll be able to loosen it up enough, hopefully, and then get my fingers in there to do the rest. I am on a ladder, and I'm using one hand, so there we go. I got it. Now, we'll do a couple turns and then take the rest out by hand. It's starting to come out. The fun part is getting this back in. It can be a little bit tricky. Sometimes you might get it on the first try, but it can be challenging. And once you have it loose enough to where you can kind of wobble this around now, you get a little bit more clearance. You can see. You still can't quite get a full socket on there, but what you can use is this T-handle right here. And you can kind of get that in there. You can see. And now you can turn this the rest of the way out. And this is going to come into play when you're trying to reset that bolt as well. We should be able to lift our starter out of there now. And a lot of people will forget this wire back here that was behind the starter. And your bolt pretty much goes through that into the block there. And when you put the new starter back on, this might slide down. And when you go put your bolts in, you forgot to hook this up. and then you're going to have some issues, and you're not going to know where the hell it went wrong because you can't see this wire once the starter's on there. You're not going to know what you did wrong, and you're going to end up taking this somewhere to get it repaired, and they're going to fix this thing in 2 seconds, and you're going to, you'll never know exactly what it was. So just don't forget that you got that wire back there. And that's it. That's how you put the starter in the EX1150. Now I'm not going to do the tutorial on putting it back in. It's kind of self-explanatory. Just play the video in reverse. And I have to go pick up another starter for it. I don't have it here with me now, but hopefully this helps you out to some extent. And if it does, guys, please hit subscribe below. Give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment in the comments if you have one, and I'll see you next time.